Tonight we're talking about a big surge in funding to help state investigators process DNA faster as more results are coming in. And we're talking about getting your ballot filled out as they are now in mailboxes and ready to be returned for the general election.
And look for increasing clouds and some valley fog this evening. Big changes coming in your weather forecast next week. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Tonight we're learning more about the victims of a deadly shooting at a Toppenish home. 3 people were killed, the youngest just 13 years old. A 4th victim is in the hospital tonight. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke with investigators still searching for answers in this case.
With a population of less than 9,000 people, the city of Toppenish still has a small town feel. And while it does have its share of violent crimes, Thursday's killings have left the community reeling.
Toppenish is a small community, and our hearts go out to the families and the rest of the residents that are dealing with this tragedy.
3 victims killed, a 13-year-old boy, an 18-year-old woman, and a 21-year-old woman. The 4th victim, a 21-year-old man fighting for his life. And the 19-year-old man Toppenish police say was responsible?
And the suspect took his own life.
And a flurry of social media posts, comments, and reactions from people all asking why this happened, why these young people's lives were cut short.
At this point, it's still under investigation. Officers are trying to figure out what happened, what the motivation was. There's just not a lot of information there. It was a tragic scene, graphic scene when they arrived, and they just want to make sure that the family gets closure.
I reached out to Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis, who says 2 of the autopsies have been completed and he plans to complete the other 2 over the weekend. He says he plans to release more information, including the identities of the victims and the results of those autopsies early next week. Reporting in Toppenish, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Now, Toppenish police are asking anyone with information about this shooting to please come forward. You can contact the police department directly if you have information. Now, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington has announced a Department of Justice grant award that should help speed up DNA evidence processing. The grant amounts to more than $2 million that will increase DNA casework and hopefully reduce the turnaround time for DNA processing. They're hoping that means the Washington State Patrol Crime Laboratory Division will be able to meet the rise of submissions coming in from DNA all over the state, reduce the backlog of samples that still need tests, and get more of those DNA profiles into databases. They're also hoping that will give more timely investigation for law enforcement agencies and increase public safety, of course. Now let's talk about your forecast. We're getting into the weekend, but we're also talking about big changes on the way. Stacey Lee has a look at what to expect.
That's right. We have big changes. As you can see, we've got cloudy skies. Those clouds have been kind of hovering through the day. 72 though, nice warm day outside. Our winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Our sunset at 6:01. Again, losing 2 minutes of daylight a day. Now let's take a look a little bit further onto our radar here. And again, as that jet stream starts to drop to the south, we're going to see that flow start to come in from the north, Alaska, Canada. That's going to bring cooler air to our area, and it's going to allow for this moisture to start moving through the region on Sunday. So late Saturday, Sunday, we'll have some scattered showers moving through the area. Let's take a look at our temps for the next 24 hours, cooling down into the 40s tonight and then climbing up into the 70s by midday tomorrow. And those temperatures will continue to decline as we get closer to next week. Those temperatures overnight, not too bad in the Yakima area, 48 to 50 degrees, climbing up to 70 by midday. So mostly cloudy tonight. Look for that patchy fog. We had some dense fog this morning in the Kittitas Valley. We could see that again developing late tonight, early tomorrow morning. We do have a chance of showers on Sunday, and get ready for much cooler temperatures headed our way next week. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Ballots are arriving in mailboxes all across Washington for the November election. You can fill out your ballot, sign and return it anytime between now and November 7th. So this is your chance to vote on city and county leadership. These are the people who make policies that impact your everyday life. It's also your chance to vote on propositions that'll determine how much you pay in taxes in the years to come. Now, if you're registered to vote, you will get a voter's pamphlet in the mail with information about everything on your ballot. You can also find that online, though, by visiting votewa.gov. If you're not registered to vote yet, you can still do that online for now. But after November 30th, if you still want to register to vote or change anything about your voter registration, you'll have to do that in person at the county elections office. We're now going on 3 weeks without a speaker in the House of Representatives in Congress. Now a second Republican speaker hopeful is giving up the effort to gather support within his own party. ABC's Ike Ajachi has a look at what happened on Capitol Hill.
House Republicans deciding to move on from Jim Jordan as their candidate for Speaker following a secret ballot vote.
We're going to move forward with a new Speaker nominee.
This after Republicans rejected Jordan's bid for Speaker of the House for the third time earlier today.
The Speaker has not been elected.
This time, Jordan losing the support of 25 Republicans, 3 more than his second vote, and 5 additional holdouts since his bid for Speaker began.
We'll have to go back to the drawing board.
We need to come together and figure out who our speaker is going to be. I'm going to work as hard as I can to help that individual.
Democrats united in their opposition. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries saying it's time for House Republicans to embrace bipartisanship.
We're serious about partnering with House Republicans in a reasonable way to do the business of the American people.
Republican holdouts were firm in their opposition, especially those at the center of ongoing threats from some of Jordan's supporters. Lawmakers like Congressman Don Bacon, who says he and his wife have been receiving threatening voicemails since he voiced his opposition to Jordan.
It's time for Mr. Jordan, who I have no personal animus towards, it's time for him to step down. Get somebody with a clean slate with no baggage.
Jordan tells ABC News the threats were terrible and there's no place for that kind of behavior. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Well, with Jordan now out of the running, House Republicans will have to select a third candidate as potential House Speaker, and that means we likely won't see another House vote until Tuesday at the earliest. And these delays are not good news for the government. The House can't vote on any regular legislation until a Speaker is elected. That means budget votes are on hold, with another government shutdown looming in less than a month. The president's proposed aid package for Ukraine and Israel is not going anywhere, and federal firefighters could end up facing a significant pay cut if a temporary boost runs out before Congress can take action. Another ongoing standoff, the United Auto Workers strike. Today, General Motors increased its offer to the union, but the UAW president says he thinks there's more progress to be made.
In the past 24 hours, we've gotten new offers from 2 of the 3 companies. So despite all the bluster about how much the companies have stretched, there's clearly still room to move.
We're continuing to track this standoff as it's been going on for just about a month now. Another person has pleaded guilty in connection with an alleged effort to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. Kenneth Chesbro is one of the 18 people, alongside former President Donald Trump, charged in this case. Now, Chesbro is accused of helping develop a plot to send fake Republican electors to Washington, D.C. As part of the deal, the Trump-aligned attorney agreed this morning to testify at any future trials in the Georgia case. That could potentially mean that he ends up testifying against former President Trump. In return, 7 charges against him were reduced to a single charge: conspiracy to commit filing false documents. Chesbro's plea deal comes just 1 day after his fellow defendant, Sidney Powell, agreed to her own plea deal. Meanwhile, former President Trump is currently on trial in New York. A judge there determined that Trump lied about his assets to get better business deals. Now the trial is underway to determine his punishment. Today, the judge fined Trump $5,000 for violating a gag order, telling him not to talk about the court staff. Trump's lawyers say a social media post that was supposed to be removed wasn't entirely deleted from Trump's campaign website. They're calling that an oversight. Tonight, an American mother and daughter kidnapped by Hamas are now back on their way to the United States. They are safe. We heard earlier today from their rabbi in Illinois.
While we continue to be so happy and thankful for Natalie and Judith coming out of the hands of murderers, we also want everyone to continue to pray for the rest of the hostages, over 200 of them.
Now, that happened during the raids on Israel a couple of weeks ago. Since then, Israel has been sending missile launches against Gaza, which is where the militant group Hamas is operating. Now there's fears of a humanitarian crisis spiraling out of control in Gaza. Egypt has opened the gates to a crossing to allow international aid in. Crews are now working on repairing roads so that the trucks can get there. Now, Mike Valerio has a look at the ongoing debate there.
Blasts cut through the darkness of the occupied West Bank as Israel Defense Forces search for alleged Hamas operatives. Israel is now warning a ground invasion of Gaza is imminent.
Our troops are ready, equipped, prepared, and armed with both ammunition and a clear mission.
The European Union is now concerned the war will overflow into other parts of the world.
The risk of a regional spillover is real. And this is exactly what Hamas was hoping to achieve. And this can derail the recent and historic rapprochement between Israel and its Arab neighbors.
Now, with fears of a humanitarian crisis in Gaza spiraling out of control, Egypt has opened the gates to the Rafah crossing. Crews are repairing and repaving roads as humanitarian aid vehicles sit and wait to enter.
The shortages are going to kill many people. It's absolutely life or death at this point.
Israel reports around 200 hostages are in the Gaza Strip, including bodies of dead loved ones being held for ransom. The majority of the hostages are believed to be alive.
All people abducted by Hamas and Islamic Jihad and in Gaza, they have to be unconditionally and immediately released. Holding hostages this way is a war crime.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Now, we have seen a global warning for American travelers because of the violence in Israel and Gaza and the United States' staunch support for Israel in this battle. World News Tonight will have more coverage coming up at 5:30. But for right now, let's talk about your local forecast. Taking a look outside, just more beautiful sunshine, but we are talking about big changes on the way. That's coming up in your First Alert forecast. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 5, something completely new coming to the Yakima Training Center. We're looking ahead to that coming up.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hun. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog Cop.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Is Medicare planning the last thing on your list? If you're approaching retirement age, contact the professionals at Stand Fortier Insurance Services and get answers to all your Medicare insurance questions. Let Stand Fortier guide you through the Medicare maze. Stand Fortier Insurance Services, bringing clarity to the complex.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. A consumer alert tonight. Spirit Airlines canceled dozens of flights this morning. More cancellations are expected tomorrow. That's according to FlightAware. Spirit says it'll take days to even out this disruption to its schedule, but it says it had to put flights on hold to inspect some of its aircraft. The FAA called that a mandatory maintenance inspection, but didn't offer any specifics on what exactly they were looking for. Now, as of last check this afternoon, none of those Spirit Airlines flights to and from Portland and Seattle had been canceled. We're told most of these are hitting the Southeast and in Florida. Now, if you can't wait for Halloween, head to the Valley Mall tomorrow for a spooktacular Halloween extravaganza. It includes fun for the young at heart, with activities, a costume contest, and live music to enjoy. The Halloween Spooktacular is tomorrow, again, at the Valley Mall in Union Gap. It starts at noon and goes until 2. And the Yakima Training Center is gearing up for its first ever Fall Festival. It's inviting everyone to come inside and take a look. It'll cost you $10 per car or $2 per group walking through the gates. If you're over 16, you will need a valid ID to get in. They'll have military displays, a car show, a bazaar and boutique, tents, food trucks, a chance to meet military members, and a pumpkin patch and hay rides for the kids. Plus, you'll get to hear a DJ during the day and live music at night from Darren Jones and the Last Men Standing.
We wanted to invite the public out and see everything that we do here on the training center, and also provide some fun events for the family.
So the Training Center's Fall Festival will be from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday. They say they're hoping to make this an annual event.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, after such a beautiful week, things are starting to change. Here's our Dust Devil sky cam tonight, 72 degrees. And if you look over towards the hills, you see those clouds kind of hugging. Again, we're going to see some fog developing through the area. Humidity pretty high at 46% right now. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour, and our sunset tonight at 6:01. Let's take a look at that satellite and radar again. We've got this trough of low pressure, and that's allowing those clouds to kind of move in from the south or moving southward towards our region. And again, we've got this system sitting out on the coast. Now, that's eventually going to start sliding down as that jet stream starts moving to the south of our region. So we have upper level flow. This is the closer look. And again, we'll start to see those showers developing through Sunday. So we've had that flow coming up from the south all week, bringing those warm temperatures from the south, but things are changing. And now that flow comes down from the north through our area. It's going to cool us down quite a bit again as we get through the weekend. Now, this is a Sunday afternoon. Those showers will start to move off to the east. We'll stay wet there in central and northern or western Oregon, that is. And then we'll see those showers moving up into the Montana area. So a little bit unsettled as we get into our Sunday, and even more unsettled into next week. Futurecast again, mostly clear skies other than some patchy fog developing through the area. And again, we'll really see those clouds moving in late Saturday evening as we transition from Saturday into Sunday. That's when things start to develop rain-wise. We'll see those rains coming through the lower valley, Sunnyside, through the Columbia River Gorge, Hermiston, Walla Walla area, even some stray showers moving through the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities. Sunday around lunchtime, pretty wet outside, and we'll continue to see those showers move through the area. So Sunday's probably a good day to start thinking about getting everything in your home ready for winter conditions and cold weather next week. And maybe a pot of soup would be good too, because those temperatures are going to be dropping down. Here we are in those 70s, and look, we're down to 65 on Sunday, 67 Monday, but then we get really cool as we get into next week. Those daytime highs only hitting the mid-50s with overnight lows down to the freezing level. It's been really nice in Yakima this week, and again, those temperatures start dropping into the 60s, rapidly moving down to the 50s. So 70s to the 50s in just a few days. That's a pretty big transition. Now, wind-wise, we're doing pretty good this evening. Fairly light out there at 8 o'clock tonight. Then as we get into our Saturday morning, once again, light winds all through the area, but we'll see those winds start to pick up, especially in the Columbia River Gorge later in the day as that system starts to develop and move through our area. We'll see those breezy and gusty winds out on the Hanford Reach. I know a lot of folks are out fishing this time of year. Be aware of that, and you'll see those breezy winds through the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, and even gustier winds developing Sunday night at 5 and through the Columbia River Gorge. So a little bit of wind to deal with this weekend. Mostly cloudy skies for us tonight. Temperatures in the 40s, not too bad. 49 Walla Walla, 45 Tri-Cities, 46 overnight in Yakima. For tomorrow, again, look for those increasing clouds. Temperatures looking pretty good, though. We'll stay in the 70s in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Moving into the Columbia Basin, we'll see those temperatures again in the lower 70s and towards the foothills of the Blues, Walla Walla. Again, Dayton, the warm spot at 76 degrees. So planning your day tomorrow, again, a little bit cool. You'll see those clouds and you might even encounter some fog, especially in the lower lying areas like between Sunnyside, Benton City area through the Kittitas Valley and even into the Columbia Basin. Temperatures nice and warm by the evening. Here's your short-term forecast. Again, here's those showers, 50% chance in Yakima. Temperatures in the 60s. Our overnight lows dropped substantially as well, and they'll continue to drop next week. Temperatures in the Tri-Cities again hitting the 60s Sunday, Monday. I think this may be our last 70-degree day for the year. We'll see, 44 there. And then as we look into Walla Walla, again, those temperatures dropping into the 60s with those showers on the way. So I'll get to your full 7-day planning forecast here in just a few minutes. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. It is cooler. It means football weather, and we're looking ahead to another big WSU game that you can watch right here on ABC tomorrow. That's coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
Are your closets overflowing? Is your garage filled with things you no longer need? When you donate to Goodwill, you're not just clearing space in your home, you're creating opportunities for those in need. By donating or shopping at Goodwill, you actively contribute to local employment opportunities and help individuals find work within your community. So donate your gently used items to Goodwill, and together we can transform lives and build a brighter future. Goodwill, your Halloween headquarters.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale. Thank you for voting us Yakima's first choice for personal injury, civil law, and best overall law firm.
We are honored and grateful to be part of this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Floor & Home by Carpet One authorized manufacturer sale is going on now. Top quality manufacturers, Shaw, Cortec, and Anderson Tuftex, have lowered their prices up to 40% off on quality hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and luxurious carpet. You'll be sure to find the perfect floor from our largest and finest selection of Shaw, Cortec, and Anderson Tuftex flooring. On sale up to 40% off at Floor & Home by Carpet One, West Rose Street in Walla Walla, and Tapteel Drive, Richland.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you, your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Tonight, President Biden's case for billions in foreign aid that will also protect our national security, and the House Speaker drama with so much at stake. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back. A follow-up tonight. Alaska's Department of Fish and Game has once again canceled the snow crab harvest this year because they're concerned there's not enough crab out there for the species to survive. Now, researchers at NOAA say they might have an idea what's going on. A study published this week says while the snow crabs can handle slightly warmer temperatures like we've seen in the Arctic, they need to eat more, potentially around 4 times as much as usual in order to keep up. And researchers believe many of the crabs out there simply starved over the past couple of years. Others may have been eaten by predators, moving into new habitats, taking advantage of that slightly warmer water. We're talking about cooler temperatures here in our area. We'll have a final check at your forecast when we come back. And still ahead, the chaos on Capitol Hill continues as the latest House Speaker candidate, losing support with every vote, steps down. What comes next? World News Tonight is tracking developments in D.C. coming up at 5:30.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hapo Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hapo.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Flooring is not forever. Are you tired of stains, traffic patterns, chips, dents, scratches, and the smells? Shop for the perfect flooring for your life, whether you need carpet, laminate, or hardwood. Great Floors is here to help you reinvent your space. We're celebrating Karastan Month in October by offering incredible discounts on Karastan carpet and hardwood flooring. Ask about our in-house 0% 12-month financing. Visit a Great Floors today and spend the winter on Great Floors.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on the 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa. I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back. We're looking ahead to college football and another big matchup for WSU that you can watch on ABC this weekend. ESPN College Game Day anchors Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit have the preview of Week 8.
Two teams coming off losses, very different losses. Washington State got blown out by Arizona, and Oregon with the heartbreaker to Washington.
Yeah, again, we get to this point in the season, I think you just see these 18 to 22-year-olds really get tested emotionally. Things are going so well, and then you hit a roadblock. How do you respond to that? Reese just mentioned both these teams coming off losses. This is a fork in the road to me for the Cougars. They've had a great start to the season, couple losses. They need a big win here, and Oregon's still daring to dream to get to that Pac-12 title.
They can win their way right back to it and have another shot, presumably, at Washington.
It's going to be an exciting time, but it's also going to be hard to sit inside for me.
It's going to be fairly nice tomorrow. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast again. We'll really start to see those clouds, though, push through beginning tomorrow, maybe some scattered showers in the evening. And then Sunday, look at that. We have a 50% chance of rain there in Yakima. Look at the temperature, cool down 70s to the 50s with those overnight lows.
That's almost freezing.
Just barely above the freezing level. So I've been preaching to get winterized and get ready for it. Tri-City, same situation, 70s to the 60s to the mid-50s with those overnight lows at night down in the 30s. It's going to be chilly really fast, so be prepared for that. And in Walla Walla, look for those showers again. Pretty unsettled next week, and I was even reading we could see some substantial snow in the Cascades middle of next week, so we'll be keeping our eye on that.
Definitely if you're making any travel plans.
Yes.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6, and you can find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.